okay, maybe I can pull. For the most part, you need a healer. Curse that alligator, baby. Like, her kid sounds like rocket science. Save me, auto clear, save me. I can't play this game on my own. God, she's so pretty though. Hello, friends and gamers. So, we have a patch to look at. I was literally just kind of sitting on my phone before I went to record this, and I have seen so much discourse about this, mainly the story for this patch. And I'm not caught up with the story, but my God, when I get caught up, I'm so scared to do it, and not in like a oh my God, it's gonna be so good sort of way. I've seen so much. I've seen so much, and so I'm kind of scared. Also, is it okay? So they changed the opening UI. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, there's so much happening. What is so much happening? Okay. Okay. So we have our guaranteed 6-star. I guess let's just go down what we have. So if I hit invite, this will immediately invite a random 6-star character you don't. Oh, it's random. Okay. So we can just do this to start because it's random. Actually, you know, I think I want to do my polls first. So I'm gonna pocket that. We do have a free, unlock of the battle pass, so I'm gonna claim that as well, which is gonna be very, very fun. Very excited. So we get triple drops for some slots actually, so this will be good. Then we have the jukebox, so we have to go through that bit. Claim that for logging in. We have some more rewards, I think, if I hit claim all. Okay, so Carnival Album is what we get for free. So there's a different version. Jukebox is the normal version of the Battle Pass, and then there's a second Battle Pass for this patch, which is what everybody gets. So everyone gets that. We also have Carnival Invitation for a standard 5-star. I got distracted by the outfit they put Desert in. So this one I'm gonna do right now, I think. So if we hit invite, we can pick this one. Okay, so I said I was gonna pick Horrorpedia, but he is mineral, and I have quite a few mineral characters, so I think I might do a plant character if I can. But I mean, I think I might have all the plants. I don't have August, so maybe I'll grab him, but I don't know if I've seen any good team comps. There's also Kanjira and Diggers. No, I just want to grab Horrorpedia. I'm just gonna grab Horrorpedia, forget it. I have quite a few of these characters already, so let's just grab Horrorpedia. Yay! I finally have him, yay! Yay! Listen, I like Horrorpedia. I know this might be a hot take for certain people, but I like him. Anyways. Yay! All right, so we did that one. That one you do get to pick. We have a free box of 10 Unilogs, so we're gonna claim that real quick. The Decatone. And then we get our login Unilogs as always. Grab the celebration guidebook before heading out. So what is the celebration guidebook? Oh, we have the dynamic portrait, which I'm excited for. And then overflow confetti, which we've already done. Login for 3 days in total is one of the options. Claim resources in the wilderness 3 times. So I need to do wilderness and then claim all rewards for the 3 tasks above to obtain an extra 500 clear drops. So that's nice. We do have our special guest, which I'm gonna keep that on the back burner because I do want to do some polls first. There is also greetings from the suitcase, which is a friend invite event. So I don't know do I know what entering a code does? No, but my code is right down here. I'm covering it partially, so I will read it. I can't move away from it. WWWBVU995. That's my code. If you want to try to put it in, go for it. I think it's a return one though. So we have that. We will go through all the stuff in the patch in this video, just because the last time I looked at everything was on the Mystery Carnival video, and that had a lot of stuff in it. So just to make sure we're all condensed here, we'll do it here again. We have an extra 480 clear drops. What is a Jig Jog coin? Issued by Miss Snoobabble's Critter Rehab Center. Okay, so that's for that. Let's grab some tasks. All right. Okay. We're back. So we're gonna start by going through what is in this patch particularly. So we have to go up to notices. Here we are. So version 2.2 Tristes Tropiques. So we have the Mystery Box Carnival Festival event. This is gonna be the very last thing, this unknown 6-star poll. I'm gonna do that last just because we are gonna do some polls on Anjo Nala's banner. As you saw when I logged in, I did get Argus. One of the very last videos I recorded for 2.1, she came home. So I'm very happy about that. I did keep pulling for her because the pity system, like the banner for Anjo Nala is entirely separate from the normal limited banner. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna keep pulling for Argus, and if I have leftover, I have leftover. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait on that one because if I lose at my 50-50, because I was guaranteed on the Argus pull that I got, because I got Centurion, and then like very early after that, I got Argus. So, well, actually, I still could get a random 5-star, 6-star. Could get a random 6-star on pulling for Anjo. So we're gonna not do that. We did already get the collector's edition of the Carnival album edition of the jukebox. That is available, the unlock from the very beginning of the patch. So today, when I'm recording this, to the 17th of February. Then after that, I don't know if it ends on the 17th of February or you just have to unlock it by then. I'm not entirely sure. But it does say here that it shares the same tasks and decibel level as the current jukebox. So that's good to know. Then we have the Triumph of Freedom. This is just a login thing. It's where you get the free Decatone box. Twilight in the Southern Hemisphere is also a sign-in event. This is from the 9th, so today, till the 30th of January. It's just the login 7 days, get a unilog every day you log in. Or 10 days, not 7, my bad. There's a part 1 that's the one that ends on the 30th, and then the second half where you can get another 10 unilogs is the 30th of January to the 20th of February. So that's going to be the end of the patch. Carnival Invitation is the free 5-star that we just looked at. So I picked Torpedia. No one is surprised. Carnival Guide is also a login bit. That was the thing we just looked at. So there's the first login, which the dynamic portrait has been unlocked. So that's not a problem. You can log in and get that now. And then there's a couple other tasks you can do to get extra stuff, including the 500 clear drops. And that goes until the 20th as well, so the whole patch. Turning of the Year is also a sign-in event that goes from the 25th of January to the 8th of February. So it's a 7-day login for clear drops and limited building. Irresistible Bait, like Dust to Critters, is a daily login event for the new Critter Rehabilitation Center game mode in the wilderness. That goes from the 28th of January to the 4th of February. So it seems like another 7-day login thing, probably. It doesn't say specifically if it's 7 days, but I'm assuming. New main story chapter is also a big one, chapter 8. I've heard quite a bit about this being a little bit tone deaf. Unfortunately, like I said, I have an entire month's worth essentially of it's not everyday posting, but I have a lot of reverse 1999 videos pre-recorded, so I'm not even going to be getting out videos from this patch 2.2 until 2.2 is over, essentially, just about. So obviously the patch things will come, and I'm going to be uploading constant reverse content, but it's not going to be for 2.2, it's going to be for 2.1. And also, I'm not caught up on the story, so it's going to take me quite some time to get to chapter 8, but I have heard mixed reviews about it, unfortunately. But yeah, this looks like there is some extra rewards for completing the chapter 8 main story within this patch. But we won't be doing all of that. Paths of the Past. That is a hard word. So in order to do this, you just have to have done, I think, the first part of chapter 8. I'm pretty sure. Trip to Sao Paulo is another event. This is a task one that goes until the 17th of February, so this has a little bit of time as well. Veterans Garage goes to the 20th of February. And it's an exchange event. Oh, it's just a shop. It's just a shop, but there is a 6-star Psycube in there, so probably should look out for that. White Room's Travelogue is another permanent content. But in order to do this, and I thought that this would be the case, you have to have finished all of chapter 8. So there is 24 parts to chapter 8. It looks like there might be more than that, but 24 is the minimum to unlock this. This is essentially it's kind of like Candy Crush, kind of not. But I really look forward to doing this, but it's going to take some time to get there. Luckily, this patch seems like, because there's not a flagship event per se, it's a new chapter. So that's the main event of the patch. So because I'm not caught up, that gives me time to actually get caught up with the main story. So we can do that, which I'm excited about that. Then we have the character story quest thing for Anjo Nala, the Overcast October. That is available from the 9th of January, so today, until the 20th of February, so the entire patch. However, Lopera's character story, Into the Rainforest, is available starting on the 30th of January and goes until the 20th of February. So that is more on normal schedule. Usually these character stories overlap with the banners, and because Anjo Nala's is the whole patch, her character story is also the whole patch. So yeah. We have New Babel Critter Rehabilitation Center. I keep wanting to say research center, but it's rehabilitation center. This is permanent. It is available now. I would like to get into it, but I don't know if my Paleo Hall is level 3. We'll probably have to check that. There's a new phototaxis thing, which I don't think I've unlocked this yet, so I'm kind of whatever. The window to other worlds is we have new, like, I think outdoor backgrounds and things for the main lobby screen. And in order to do this, you have to have completed, looks like, the main story. I think this specific section that is, I think, in French, and I can't read French. I think that's just like the beginning, so I don't think that's difficult. We have new anecdotes for 37 and Mesmer Jr. Mesmer's is, I'm doing this in the wrong order. 37's A Day Plotted Logarithmically is available on the 13th of January and goes until the 27th of January. And then Mesmer's is going to be the 27th of January to the 10th of February. So I do have those on the schedule this time. I didn't do the anecdotes last patch because I forgot to put them on the schedule, but these ones are on the schedule already. So nothing to worry about. Mains Bulletin from the 14th of January to the end of the patch on the 20th of February. We have Greetings from the Suitcase, which is the invite event. So that ends on the 20th, so end of the patch. We have Double Analysis, that is February 8th to February 18th. So this will overlap. It will not overlap the end of the patch. It's 10 days near the end of the patch. I lied. Memo, Prepare for Victory is a daily login that goes from February 15th to the end of the patch on the 20th. And then we have the banners. So Anjo Nala's banner goes from the 9th of this month, so right now, to February 20th. And that has a rate up for Anjo Nala and Mr. Duncan, who is the 5-star. They're both beast. The pity for this banner does not overlap. So you have to pull and get her in this patch. The pity goes away after. It's like Lucy's banner a couple months ago. Lopera's banner then is normal. The pity is the same. This goes from January 30th to February 20th, the end of the patch. And that banner has Lopera as the 6-star. She's also beast. Like, we've been over this. Every character in this patch is beast for some reason. But the 5-stars on that banner are going to be Ulu and Click. So a mineral character and a spirit character. This is entirely normal. Lopera's banner is entirely normal. Boon of the Water, I feel like I was reading this as Born of the Water, but it's Boon of the Water, is another rerun summoning thing. It goes from the 25th to the 15th of February. I'm not going to really get into that because they ran that last patch. We have new stuff, garments, wilderness, other shop packs. That's the patch. Read it and weep. All right. So after going through that for 15 minutes, we do have this main event page. We've already seen this cutscene though, but it doesn't. Okay, it does let you skip. Okay, but my game is glitching out and not letting me skip. Okay, I'm only skipping it because we've seen it already. All right, so yeah, that's where everything is. This is the trip to Sao Paulo thing. Obviously here the rewards are going to be for completing chapter 8, but as long as you consume cellular activity as well, you also get rewards and things. So yeah, there's also rewards for spending scrap in the Veterans Garage. So you can do that as well. I already have 300, and then the new Psycube is 6K. So we might get it, we might not, we'll see. You can get the scrap points, spare scrap points, from more than just doing the story, if that is something you're not getting into this patch. So we have the Critter Rehabilitation Center, we have the Travelogue, we have Overcast October is already available. We will be doing the survey for Anjo Nala in a hot second, but we're gonna go through her kit first. Anecdote opens in 3 days. Mains Bulletin 4, Into the Rainforest is 20 days, as well as Mask On is also 20 days. So that is where we're at. Let's go look at the beginners. So we're not gonna look at my beginner radar because I still haven't done it. Actually, they updated the beginner, I believe. So even I think the characters on here are different. Lilia's still here, obviously, because she slays. But then also we have Druvis and Melania. And I believe they have slightly changed this, but they did talk about that in Mystery Carnival. So yeah, this is the one for Anjo Nala. How this works is that I think every pull you get points for, you get these, the Cassette of the Lost. And then if you get 200, you can grab Anjo Nala, 50 for Mr. Duncan, and then there's also some other drops and things in here. That's actually how I got X during Lucy's. We also have Invitation from the Water. This has a day left. This is the same one from the last patch, actually. Yearning of the Water is the Marcus Vila dual rerun. I did some polls on this banner last time, and I might, if I'm not the biggest fan of Anjo Nala's kit in practice, I might actually keep pulling here because these are 2 plant characters, and I need plant characters. The rerun for Charmaine is also still running, and then we're gonna have that Boon of the Water again running in a little bit. So I want to see Anjo Nala's kit. So she's DPS. I think we now go through everything. She's so pretty, and I loved her so much in Haunted Highway, but literally I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull. Like I don't have that many pulls. I don't need more beast characters, but I love her so much. Oh god, the description for her ultimate skill is insane. So that's great. Her ultimate is called Interwoven Dreams. This is a self-channeling ultimate. So both Anjo Nala, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense now. This makes sense, and this is why it's so long. There is like a whole list, and they showed this list in Mystery Box Carnival. There's a whole list of, depending on what character type you ally with Anjo Nala for this ultimate attack. It's probably one that you have to go in and pick it yourself, like you click the character icon sort of thing. Depending on who you ally her with, you get a different buff. So it's like beast and plant, beast and mineral, beast and blah, blah, blah. So it's like kind of insane. There's a whole list, and I don't think they're gonna have the whole list here, but there is a list. And so there is probably some insane team comps you can put together with Anjo Nala. That's also part of the reason why I want her, because even though she's a beast character, and this is also me coping and making it make more sense for me to pull her, depending on who you ally her with, you can get a lot of really different team comps going. And even though she's beast, she can buff out and be buffed by different elements and things. So that's kind of why I was like, okay, maybe I can pull. Anyways, both Anjo Nala and her bound ally enter a channeling status and cannot act for 1 round. Ooh, though, why do I feel like... Okay, so definitely couldn't hyper carry with her, because if your 1 DPS can't move for a round, that would be a problem. So you probably need at least 2 DPSs, but then maybe bind her with like your support or something. That's what I'm thinking, maybe. At the start of the next round, the bound ally loses current HP times 50%, so half of their HP, and casts their ultimate. Oh god, so the support would have to be a healer, 200%. Then Anjo Nala casts her own ultimate, Mass Attack. Inflicts 2 random effects from collection of debuffs, which is the 7 effects, Blind, Nasty Wound, Miss Aim, Weakness, Scared, Confusion, and Fracture. Does it say... No, it doesn't say how they grab them. Okay. It says it prioritizes the effects not yet applied. Okay. So it inflicts 2 random effects, so it doesn't have to do with the element of the bound ally. It's just random. Then it deals 500% mental damage to all enemies. For every type of negative status held among all enemies, this attack deals an additional 60% mental damage. As I was reading that, and I kind of like sped it up because I was like, I need to say something. That's burst damage. So she's like it says DPS, but I would consider her more of like a sub DPS, not your main DPS, because it sounds like she's going to do most of her damage through this Interwoven Dreams. Just looking at the categories for these other 2 skills right here, it sounds like most of her damage is going to be done through this ultimate. So yeah, in order to really get the most out of her, she's a sub DPS. You're going to have a main DPS as well as a healer support specifically. You can have a fun support if it's a 4 character battle, but for the most part, you need a healer. There's probably some crazy people out there who can run her without a healer. And if you're doing like daily material stages, you don't need a healer in that scenario. But in like bigger combat scenarios, bring in a healer, please. So her first arcane skill is Fear of Lust. It is a debuff in all versions of the skill. At incantation level 1, it is a single target attack that deals 180% mental damage, inflicts titillated for 2 rounds on the target hit, and that titillated is a damage bonus of minus 10%. After 3 stacks, it changes to captivated, which means they cannot act. I like that. Especially after the struggle I had in Haunted Highway, where I did not finish Haunted Highway. I got stuck on the boss battle. That video will be coming out sometime during February, I think, because I already had stuff pre-recorded for January, but that'll be coming out sometime during February. But I literally couldn't finish it because I could not get that boss to be downed for enough rounds. So yeah, curse the alligator baby. Curse that alligator baby. It wasn't even the alligator baby, but it was like a manifestation of the alligator baby. It grants an equal amount of attack to Anjo Nala as well as. Okay, so if Anjo Nala is in the him status, which him status is the channels for 7 rounds, when the channel ends, you cast Angel's Temptation, which is a mass attack that also inflicts titillated on all enemies, then deals 150% mental damage. There's so many stipulations to her kit. Oh my god. If this incantation is casted after him has completed its channeling, the inflicted titillated changes to captivated instead, deals an additional 250% mental damage. I feel like it's gonna be like rocket science to figure out the most damage you can do with her. Like her kit sounds like rocket science. Save me, auto clear, save me. But if she's in that him status, you reduce him's remaining duration by 1 round. So him is the channeling. Okay, that makes sense. Which that might come up again here, because this is a channel. Her other arcane skill that I'm covering is a channeling skill. when attacking for every type of negative status the target has. So that would also coincide with her ultimate. And I'm trying to figure out what the best route to do these in would be, but I'm not sure yet. But when attacking for every type of negative status the target has, this attack deals an additional 40% mental damage. At incantation level 2, it deals 270% mental damage instead of the 180. You still have the titillated status for 2 rounds, and the hymn duration is still reduced by 1 round, but you deal an additional 60% mental damage for every type of negative status the target has instead of 40 from incantation 1. So then at level 3, it deals 450% mental damage instead of the previous numbers. And then as well, the additional damage per negative status effect is 100% mental damage instead of the 60 or 40. So that's how that works. Her second skill then is Twin Phantoms, which is a self channel. I think this is they're both self channels. So her ult and her second skill are both self channels. At level 1, she will enter the hymn state for 7 rounds. When the channel ends, this is when she casts Angel's Temptation. That was the thing mentioned before. So you probably, I have no idea what order you would do these in, and I need to figure that out before we trial her. Let me just read off Twin Phantoms and then we'll try to figure out the proper order. So when casting this incantation, if Anjo Nala is already in the hymn status, then reduce the duration of hymn by 1 round. I don't know if it matters. I'm almost thinking maybe this is the proper order. So you'd want to do the Fear of Lust and then Twin Phantoms. And then when you get the ult, you would do the ult, then Fear of Lust, then Twin Phantoms. Like, this might actually be the proper order to cast them in. But also the ult sounds like it has nothing to do with the hymn state or the titillated state or anything. So you might just be able to play Interwoven Dreams at any given time on field, quite frankly. And then Fear of Lust and Twin Phantoms, honestly, I don't think it matters. I think you can play these whenever. I don't think it really, like, there's not a proper way to do it. There might be. Somebody might be in the comments, like, going off right now because I don't understand things. But I think you could probably play them whenever, quite frankly. Anyways, that's what the incantation 1 round. Yeah, okay. So at level 2, still a self channel and still enters hymn for 7 rounds. But the difference is that if Anjo Nala is already in the hymn state, she reduces their duration of that state by 2 rounds instead of 1. At the 3rd level, it's 3 rounds reduction instead of 2. So I do think that it could be helpful to reduce that, but again, that's going to be like a more in practice thing. If it is more like, how worth it is it to build up this card in order to reduce the hymn status, you know, because it is 7 rounds. So a 3 round reduction could be really helpful. But her insight levels then, Oathbound, insight level, this is insane. This is an essay. Oh, okay. This actually is, it has the list here of all the ally buffs. Okay, this is great. That's why it's so long. So at insight 1, when entering battle, Anjo Nala chooses another ally to bind with. So sounds like she chooses at random. The type of binding is determined by the afflatus of the bound character and provides enhancements to both characters. So it does sound like it might be at random. So if that's the case, you might want to run Anjo Nala on a team of all characters that has the best buff or the buff that you're going for in order to get that. So that might be a way to do that. And obviously, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what team they put her with, but that's kind of how I'm thinking it is if it's at random, because it says Anjo Nala chooses. You don't choose, it sounds like. Because if it was a player choice thing, it would say choose. It wouldn't say Anjo Nala chooses, you know? But a spirit or intelligence character gets the mind and flesh buff, 4% of each other's attack and max HP. The binder and the okay, this is actually a better explanation of it. The binder and the bound, so Anjo Nala and whoever she binds with, gain 4% of each other's attack and max HP. I don't know how that would work in practice. I'm curious about that one though. So a beast or a plant character has the buff bone and blood. The binder and the bound ally gain 8% of each other's crit damage and reality defense. And then a mineral or a star character has the buff form and phantom, where they each gain 8% of each other's critical rate and mental defense. Also at Insight 1, Anjo Nala's max Moxie is changed to 12, while ultimate Moxie cost or consumption is changed to 8. The bound ally cannot gain or cast ultimates. All Moxie gained by the bound ally will be transferred to Anjo Nala instead. So in order to get the most out of her, you obviously need to get her to Insight 1, it seems like, but that's not a problem if you're building up your whole characters. I am still not building up all my characters all the way yet. I'm still in the process of doing that, but Insight 1 is easy, so. At Insight level 2, crit damage increases by 15% when the caster enters battle, so you just get a crit damage increase. So Insight 2 isn't as crazy, but Insight 3 has more buffs, it seems like. Insight 3 buffs the buffs. After the bound ally actively casts an incantation, if Anjo Nala is in the hymn status, it reduces the duration of the hymn status by 1 round, which is good because hymn is 7 rounds, mind you. It also triggers additional effects based on the binding type. So for Mind and Flesh, which is the Spirit/Intelligence buff, Anjo Nala casts a rank 1 Fear of Lust, or Feast of Lust, as a follow-up attack on the enemy with the lowest HP percentage. Is this Feast of Lust? I think I read that as Fear of Lust. Okay, Feast of Lust is this one with the titillated and the negative status and the but it looks like attack on the enemy with the lowest HP percentage. Does you get extra HP from that? I don't think so. Bone and Blood, which is the beast and or plant buff, has Anjo Nala gaining one additional Moxie. And then Form and Phantom, whatever, is the mineral/star buff, has Anjo Nala casting 1 Angel's Temptation up to 2 times per round. Angel's Temptation, I believe, that's just a new thing, baby. All right, so what's Angel's Temptation? It is a mass attack that inflicts titillated on all enemies, then deals 150% mental damage. If this incantation is casted after him has completed its channeling, the inflicted titillated changes to captivated instead and deals an additional 250% mental damage. Angel's Temptation came up somewhere else. Yep, Twin Phantoms. Okay, so makes sense. Oh my god, she's kind of insane. I think the one thing, because there was that control that I really wanted, that was my favorite, but I don't remember where the control came in. Where was it? Where did it show up? Was it with titillated? Captivated. Captivated was the control buff. That I really like that. So it needs 3 stacks. I really am going to be hitting hard on that. I don't want my opponents to move. Stay there. Don't move. All right. Portraits. This is the pay to play section of the video. So as per usual, I do not pull for portraits. I know a lot of people do, but personally I don't, more because I am not an endgame player. I don't focus on endgame. I focus on story and events and stuff like that. So it's not really worth it as much for me to pull for portraits as much as it is to just pull for the characters I like and things like that. So that's what I do. Obviously, if I was really focused on meta, I wouldn't be pulling for Anjo Nala. I have too many beast characters. But at portrait level 1, so if you get 2 copies of Anjo Nala, you gain Oathbound, which is a buff for form and oh my god, I can't read it. Oathbound is just her insight stuff. So it buffs out that first insight 1, it seems. So at level 1, Form and Phantom's follow-up attack, which is the buff for, we're gonna have to keep going and forth. Form and Phantom is for mineral and star characters, but the follow-up attack can now be casted up to 3 times per round, and Angel's Temptation's mental damage del is increased to 250%. Huh. I believe it's probably this 150% is going up to 250% because this additional 250 at Captivated is already 250, So Twin Phantoms then is the channeling skill. That's what level 2, so 3 copies of Anjo Nala gets you. And when Angel's Temptation is casted from a completed channel, the mental damage dealt is increased to 375%, and the attack reduction from Captivated is boosted to 15%. At Portrait level 3, so 4 copies of Anjo Nala, it is a buff for Interwoven Dreams, which I believe is her ultimate, yes. So the mental damage dealt is increased to 600%. And for every type of negative status, the additional mental damage dealt is increased to 100%. Also, Bone and Blood, which is the buff for beast and plant characters, I believe, the additional Moxie gained there is increased to 2 instead of 1. I do think level 3 might be her best portrait so far. Like, I don't think, like, level 1 just buffing Form and Phantom is kind of like meh. And then Twin Phantom buff is also kind of meh, but this Interwoven Dreams buff is kind of insane. The fact that it goes up to 600% from... Okay, well, it goes up to 600% from 500%. So maybe it's not as nutty as I thought. Okay. It still seems like a good buff, though. Portrait level 4, so 5 copies of Anjo Nala, is another buff for Oathbound. It looks like it buffs out every single one of the status effects you can get from Oathbound insight leveling stuff. So this, I like. This might be the best one because it can buff everything. So for Mind and Flesh, which is the Spirit and Intelligence one, Mind and Flesh stat bonus is increased to 8%. Bone and Blood is increased to 18%. And then Form and Phantom's stat bonus is also increased to 18%, as well as the stack requirement for Titillated to become Captivated is reduced to 2. This is the best one, especially if you're thinking about running her. I want to run her, which is more so burst support damage dealer situation, like just like a burst in general, and really wanting to go heavy on that Captivated. That's a good one. That is a good one. So Portrait level 5, which will be 6 whole copies of Anjo Nala, don't break the bank for this, by the way, is a buff for Interwoven Dreams again. The number of random debuffs inflicted by a collection of debuffs is increased to 4, which actually seems pretty good. And then for every type of negative status effect on the opponent, the additional mental damage dealt is increased to 140%. 4 and 5 portraits are kind of the best ones, unfortunately. So it's like, if you want portraits, if you're like really metagaming, you probably want all her portraits, which is kind of insane. But also, she sounds like a character that can do well at portrait 0. So that doesn't sound like a problem. But that is her kit. Like I said, it is kind of like rocket science. We're going to do a very quick look at Mr. Duncan's kit just because he is also new. He is a riposte DPS. So his ult is called a Veteran's Regards. It is a single target attack that deals 500% reality damage to an enemy. For each type of bullet held on self, this attack gains an additional crit rate plus 10%. So I can't hit bullets, so we're gonna have to figure out what that is eventually. Lethal Melody is his first arcane skill at level 1. It is a mass attack that deals 70% reality damage to 2 enemies and an additional own attack, so an additional 60% of his own attack, Genesis damage to the enemy if it is below 50% HP. Okay, at level 2, it is going to deal 105% reality damage, which is weird numbers, but okay. Instead of the 70% reality damage, it's 105%. It is as well as 90% of his own attack to an enemy below half health. And then at star level 3, it deals 175% reality damage, and then 150%, so a time and a half of his own attack to an enemy below half health. So it does seem like it's more with this Lethal Melody. This might be one you want to keep on the back burner and build up as much as you can because that's where it's going to do the most damage. It's not as good at level 1. It's probably its best at level 3, and so that's probably how you want to run it. Then his other skill is a counter called Makeshift Inventions. At star level 1, it is a 1 target counter where he gains 2 bullets, again with the bullets, from Veteran's Cartridge and enters the quick draw status for 2 rounds. So Veteran's Cartridge is a backup cartridge containing acidic bullets and fragmented bullets. So the acidic bullets then inflict reality defense minus 5% on the target for 2 rounds with a 5-time stack. Fragmented is dealing another half of the attack number Genesis damage. So fragmented bullet is more damage. Acidic bullet is less defense on your target. So one is they both say positive status, but one of them is just more attack, so it's an attack, and then the other one is a debuff essentially. But then quick draw is that when holding a bullet, right before being attacked, preemptively strike the attacker with Swift Riposte, which is a 1 target attack that deals 200% reality damage to the unit attacking this unit. So, a lot happening. At Incantation level 2, you gain 3 bullets instead of 2, and then at Incantation 3, it's 5 bullets instead of, again, you probably want to let that build up, but you probably want to let it build up. For Insight, luckily we have less Insight stuff to read here. At Insight 1, on Military Experience, whenever an ally triggers bullet 2 times, gain 1 stack of Ceremonious for self. So Ceremonious is a special effect. Ultimate Might plus 3%, and it stacks up to 100 times, but it disappears after casting the ult. So there's that. At Insight 2, you gain plus 10 crit rate when entering battle, and at Insight 3, after scoring a critical hit or defeating an enemy, all allies gain 1 type of bullet from Veteran's Cartridge. So it seems like that bullet Veteran's Cartridge thing is actually for your allies and not for Mr. Duncan himself, which makes sense because even when they were describing the damage, it was like attack times 60% or whatever. So whenever this unit scores 3 crit hits, this unit gains Moxie plus 1. I believe that's in reference to Mr. Duncan, but it could be in reference to whoever gets the bullet stacks as well. So portrait info, this is going to be a lot more free-to-play friendly, even though it is multiple copies of the same character. It's a 5-star character, so there's a really good chance you will get multiple copies of this character, if not while pulling on the banner today, or whenever you pull for Anjo Nala, getting it at any other time. Level 1 portrait, so 2 copies of Mr. Duncan, is a buff for Lethal Melody. At Incantation rank 1, 2, or 3, the Genesis damage is increased to 100, 150, or 250% respectively. We're just going to buzz through these as well. At portrait level 2, so 3 copies of Mr. Duncan, it is a buff for a Veteran's Regards, and then for each type of bullet held, the critical rate is increased to 20%. Level 3, so 4 copies of Mr. Duncan, is another buff for Lethal Melody. At Incantation 1, 2, or 3, reality damage is again increased to 120, 180, or 300%. Level 4, which is 5 copies of Mr. Duncan, is the first buff, the only buff for Makeshift Intentions. Swift Riposte reality damage is increased to 300% from 200%, so it's not a huge jump, but it is enough of a jump. And then Portrait level 5, so 6 copies of Mr. Duncan, is a buff for Military Experience, and after defeating an enemy, the types of bullets gained by all allies is increased to 2. Again, getting that level 5 portrait could be helpful for your account, but it's not fully necessary, especially if you don't really plan on using Mr. Duncan and you just kind of get him while pulling for Anjo Nala, sort of that situation. So that is it. That is it. Like I said, pity does not roll over on this banner, but that is okay. Really quickly before we do our polls though, now that we've gone through all of that, it is time to finally do the trial for Anjo Nala, the survey, if you will. So interesting. We have an option of who we want to throw in. Ooh, guys, I could be really self-indulgent here. Or we could actually try to put a proper team together. So if we look at our buff list, we need to bring up the buff list for this. Do we want Mind and Flesh, Bone and Blood, or Form and Phantom? So I was actually thinking that Bone and Blood, the Beast and Plant buff, was not actually the best one on the list. I think it really depends on what you're going for. So there is characters of every type, it seems like. Yes, we don't have other beast characters. So you would need to do like full plant or something. I'm almost thinking picking one of each if we can. So doing a mineral, plant, and star, like the normal ones. I'm not gonna throw in spirit or intellect, I don't think. But also we might want to, just so that we can properly do this, but also I want to look at what everyone does. So if Anjo Nala, how I'm thinking about running this is she would be more of a burst or sub DPS. So I would need a main DPS as well as a healer. Yes. And then we can kind of do another support. So everyone is, so I will probably be bringing in Argus. Thinking, actually, I would need to bring in, I need Vila as a healer for sure. So maybe we do Vila, would be our plant character. So I'm gonna throw her in the back. And then I need like a DPS. So maybe Lucy, we do an intellect. Because we have plant. So we have, I goofed. See, having to put a team together is rough, but I see what they're trying to do here. So for Oathbound, we have our plant, and then we need probably an intelligence, which I keep calling intellect, I'm realizing, and then a mineral or star. So we want, Vila's gonna be in there as plant, so I need spirit or intelligence, which I'm thinking we could probably put in Lucy for that one, and then mineral or star, because Lucy could be our DPS in that scenario. And then we have a healer, so we need a support. That would be mineral or star. So our options are Yangzi or 37. And 37 can do follow-up and support. And Yangzi is a DPS. So I think I'm gonna do 37. Also a fan favorite character. Everyone loves 37. And Vila, everyone loves Vila. I think that isn't the worst team. Star is weaker, but I want to see all of the things, you know? So we're gonna start. We are going to start. I'm gonna turn off that double speed to start. And okay, so we do pick our bound ally. Okay. I don't know, because I didn't really think this part through. Oh, it tells you. Thank God it tells you. So Mind and Flesh, Form and Phantom, or Bone and Blood cannot cast ults. Oh, the character in question cannot ult. So I probably don't want to throw it on my healer. Instead, I would want to throw it on Lucy or 37. I don't fully know. I think I want to do this Mind and Flesh, which buffs attack or max HP, quite frankly. I think I want to try that one. Also, we have damage dealing in other characters. So I feel like we can take away Lucy's ult maybe. Might be a mistake, but we'll find out. So I do want to focus on doing the attacks right off the bat for Anjo Nala. I want to see those. And then none of these are stackable, so I'm just gonna run 2 random attacks after that. So there's that Feast of Lust. And then we have the Twin Phantoms. So I think you'll probably want to do Twin Phantoms before Feast of Lust. It's what it seems like in practice. Oh, and then she does more damage. Okay. All right. Yeah, Lucy can definitely, if you're running her with Lucy, you can definitely take away Lucy's ult, I think, because she does enough damage otherwise as well. Okay. And then also your 2 damage dealers, which would be Anjo Nala and Lucy in this situation, will have like that HP and attack boost, which I think that actually works if you're attack boosting your damage dealers. All right, so we have some stacks appearing. So now that we've seen those on single speed, I'm gonna double speed it so we can kind of buzz through these. What does this do? Song of Generosity, what does that do? Let's just throw it at Anjo Nala, why not? I'm gonna have to just move one of these in order to get them to buff. All right, we're just gonna have to actually just do that, unfortunately. Oh, we had another buff that I missed. Oh dear, hold on. Because there's a lot of buffs in here. So let's just flip those. And then we will buff Anjo Nala. Those will stack. We'll do you. And I'm just gonna move those together, why not? I don't know if I did that right, but it's fine. There we go. Yeah, Anjo Nala's killing it. Quite literally, yeah. Also, why is Eagle huge? I'm sorry, is that Eagle, right? I'm going, oh, Eagle's the boss. The future scout. Okay, it's not actually Eagle. Like, why are you huge? Hold on, I'm just gonna focus on you then, forget it. All right, Vila ult. I'm gonna channel. Sure, let's heal our characters. Why not? Let's just do that attack then. Vila's so pretty. I love her. Look at her. She's beautiful. I am buffing Anjo Nala quite a bit, so it's like not the best descriptor, but like, I can't even think of the right word. It's not the best showcase of the damage she can do on her own, but that's fine. Ooh, 37. Oh my God. I'm scared. We might have a death. 37's gonna die. This is why you can't give me this. Bye, 37. Sorry. That's so tragic. Okay, I need to be better with this. Reinforce arcane skill. Sure, reinforce it, I guess. Is it because I died? It might be. All right, hit that, and then we're gonna heal. Who is the least health? Vila, actually, so we need to self-cast. And then I'm going to channel again so we can debuff next round. To be fair, I thought Eagle was just normal. So I didn't go for them. Okay, we're doing better now. Yay! Ooh, we have our ult. We have our ult for Anjo Nala. Please don't kill her. I swear to God. If you kill Anjo Nala before I can see her ult, I'm gonna be so mad. And I'm gonna do a team of all healers. All right, let's do her debuff. Quick heals, and then let's see that ult. So we'll turn off double speed. I am excited to see the ult. I am. There we go. Interwoven dreams then. So now we're down. Oh wait, now both my damage dealers are down now. Now they're channeling. How many rounds do they channel? Isn't it just one? Sonetto! If you, I can't play this game on my own. I cannot play this game on my own. What the heck? Lucy's dead. I can't play this game on my own. How am I this bad? How am I this bad at this game? God, she's so pretty though. Yeah, don't buff your damage dealers. Don't buff both of them. You gotta buff a support. All right, well, this is actually going to be a true test of how good Anjo is. So, there was a proper order. It was the channel, then the debuff. That was the proper order. And I did no damage, but everyone's down. Everyone's captivated. Oh, we're doing some damage. Good. All right. We can ult again. So I'm gonna debuff and then do the ult and hope that we don't get hit too hard. Because now we're just gonna have to wait and channel. I'm so scared. Please don't kill any of my characters. Don't, please. Thank you. I'm scared. Don't kill her. Don't you dare. We should be okay. I think we're all be okay. Because they're not hitting numbers. Yippee. So, oh, they cast their ult at the end too. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, we got this. Cool. This is a mass attack, so this actually will take out, at the very least, Leilani. Big numbers. Yes, we're gonna survive! So, who needs health? Vila actually needs health, so we need to do a self-heal on Vila. And then I'm gonna do this buff on Anjo Nala because I want the attack to stack instead, or the debuff to stack. But this will be our last round after this. We could do one more ult, which I might try to get one more ult in there. But also, I think we just need to take everyone out. We need to take everyone out. It's 2-2, and we're winning. Oh, actually, this might take him out. Yep, that did it. I didn't even have to run again. Yay, we survived! Comrade. I love Vila. All right, that was rough. That was really rough, but we did survive. Is that disco? What about the disco music from the radio? Wait, that's a reference to the Haunted Highway. Okay. So it's been 56 minutes, but we can finally pull. Actually, I remember this from last time. Overcast October wants me to enter because I did the survey, so I can get an extra 40 clear drops. All right, yippee, we did it. Interesting, so you only get clear drops for completing up to stage 8 of her character story. Probably because usually they go up to 8 only, but this character story for Anjo Nala goes up to 10, so there's 2 extra stages. That makes sense. Okay, so now we're gonna go summon for Anjo Nala with my 2 Unilogs and just 1,000 clear drops. So if we go record, there is no record for this banner, obviously, because the pity does not roll over. All right, I can do a temple. Let's go. All right, will we get that 5? We got a 5-star, but it's not the one. It's not. I needed a 6-star, so we'll just open all. All right, it was Balloon Party. We got a portrait for Balloon Party. I got 10 cassettes. Wait, I did a 10 pull and it didn't use any of my. Was there a free 10 pull thing I wasn't paying attention to? Yep. Okay. All right. So I can't do a 10 pull. So that was 10. We're at 10 pity. And with purple, it's Eric. If we go again, it's that white gold. Pioneer. Oh, this is actually my first copy of Pioneer. Okay, cool. So that was 12. This will be 13. And it's purple, so we skip. Another copy of Eric. 14. I am speedrunning this because I know what I want. 14? Door? Okay. 14. This will be 15 then. Nothing. John. All right. That was 15. I'm keeping track with my cassette tapes. 16. Give it up for 16. Not it. And then this I think is going to be my last one. And it's purple. Bunny. So that was it. Gotta do 200 pulls to get Anjo Nala. Bruh. What is an endless supply? Is there something free here? No. All right. Well, I didn't get a 50-50 loss on that. So now we are going to do free 6-star character at random. Let's do it. Let's see who it is. We did get a 6-star, but I'm not sure who it's gonna be. I'm missing a lot of them, so let's hope for a good one. Let's see. Who is it? Can we get like a plant character? It's a beast character again! I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Guys, I wanted Gutian so bad, but his banner was right when I started playing again. So I had like no pulls and I wanted him so bad. He was also a beast character and I have way too many beast characters. Oh my, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freaking lose. Finally! Oh my god, I have Gutian. I'm not even mad. Honestly, I think I might be more happy with that. I got Gutian. It's like they knew I wanted him so bad. Yes, he's another beast character, but I don't care. He's pretty and I love him. Oh my god, I'm dizzy now. What does this do? Favorited? Yeah, I'll favorite him. Sure. Does that put him on? It puts him up top. Is that a new feature, the favorite option? I love that. I love him. Okay, it pins them to the top. Okay, hold on. Just max them out immediately. I don't care. Don't have the stuff to level him up past this, but I'm gonna farm for him right now. I need to have dinner. Literally, I'm dizzy now. Because I need to eat dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. And so that literally, like, that threw me off. I was like, oh my god. Oh. Listen, I've only had Argus in the suitcase for like a couple of days. But can I switch it? I kind of want to switch it. Also, I want to do the extraordinary journey. Wow. Can I switch him? Can I switch him in? Argus, I love you, but I need to put Gutian on the front page. I love him. Where is he? Where's Gutian? I haven't pinned. There we go. I could do it at random, but this is more fun. He's so pretty, guys. I love him. Wow. I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this, actually. Do I still want Anjo Nala? Yeah, but my free 6-star was a character I wanted so bad. I'm so happy with that. All right, let's end where we should be ending. We're actually gonna end on, yeah, we'll end on the main art. What an eventful video. This was really eventful, actually. I need to go make dinner, really, but I'm starving. I'm gonna go make a pizza or something. That is it for this video. We did so much yapping. I would spend money on the banner as well, because I really do want Anjo Nala. I would spend some money, but literally tomorrow, which actually it's today probably when you're watching this. Fingers crossed I get this up on time. The merch shop, online merch shop for Reverse 1999 is opening officially for pre-order, and I want to spend the free shipping amount, which is also a free gift amount, and it's $100. So I will be spending money on Reverse 1999, but for physical merch, and that's okay. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. I hope all Anjo Nala wanters are Anjo Nala havers, and you get your favorite 6-star that you don't have on the free 6-star randomized selector thing. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!